A man was walking through a forest. He saw a woodcutter trying to cut down a tree. Next to him was a small pile of wood. The woodcutter was struggling to cut down the tree and was swearing and cursing as he labored in vain. The man went to the woodcutter, spoke for a few minutes, and then left. After walking a short distance, the man saw another woodcutter cutting down a tree. He was easily cutting the tree, and next to him was a huge pile of wood. He was singing and dancing in joy as he continued to cut down trees, one after the other. The man went to him, spoke for a few minutes, and then left. After speaking to both the woodcutters, the man learned a new lesson today. He understood exactly why the first woodcutter was struggling to cut down trees, but the next one was easily doing it. So what was that lesson? Let's find out. When the man spoke to the first woodcutter, he asked, "Why are you struggling to cut down the tree? How long have you been cutting?" Woodcutter replied, "I have been continuously cutting down trees since early morning. I didn't even take a break to rest. It's evening already, but still I could cut down only a few trees. I'm very tired now, and this is really frustrating. Why don't you take rest for some time and then continue? I don't have time to stop. I already have less wood, so I have to continuously saw to get more wood." Saying this, the woodcutter continued to cut the trees, and the man left. When the man spoke to the second woodcutter, he said, "I just met another woodcutter who is struggling to cut down a tree, but you seem to be easily doing it and also enjoying it. How could you cut so many trees so easily? How long have you been cutting?" Woodcutter replied, "I have been cutting trees since morning, but after every hour I take a break." "Do you take rest?" "No, I sharpen my saw. The sharp saw helps me cut more trees with little effort. I have made it a habit." Saying this, the woodcutter continued to sing and dance while cutting the tree, and the man left. By now, you would have understood what lesson the man learned. Yes, you are right. Sharpen the saw. The second woodcutter was sharpening his saw at regular intervals to make sure he can easily cut down the trees, as compared to the first one who didn't sharpen his saw even once throughout the day. Because of this, he was struggling to cut down trees. If he would have taken a break to sharpen the saw, he also could have cut many more trees with little effort. Just like the second woodcutter, we also need to make it a habit to sharpen ourselves at regular intervals to be effective and efficient. Now, sharpen ourselves doesn't mean that you should rub your body in the stone like this to get sharpened. I don't know how sharp you would become, but you will definitely end up in hospital. Please don't do this. What it really means is that we need to sharpen our skills by regularly learning and practice. Sharpen our body through regular exercise, sharpen our mind through meditation, and so on. I personally consider sharpen the saw as gaining knowledge. Yes, you heard me right. Gaining knowledge is how you sharpen yourself to be effective, smart, efficient, wise, intellectual, and so on. When I refer to knowledge, it is including both learning plus practice or experience. Knowledge is required on pretty much everywhere, on everything we do every day in our life. Since birth, we learn how to eat, talk, walk, dress, and so on. As we grow, we gain knowledge through education and experience. Once we start working, we stop gaining more knowledge and just eat, sleep, work, and continue the cycle. This is where our knowledge starts to fade and becomes dull. Here is where you need to sharpen your saw, gain knowledge, for you to achieve success. Decide what you want to do, to become, to achieve, and start learning about it. Gain knowledge in your field of interest. No pain, no gain. So even if you need to give up your comfort zone, do it now and start gaining knowledge. I'm sure you won't regret. Every game has its own rules. The one who knows all the rules has more chances to win the game as compared to the one who knows only a few. Knowing all the rules is knowledge. The same principle is applied everywhere, like school, college, office, at home, during travel, and so on. Information is knowledge. A person who knows all the mathematical formulas can easily solve a math problem. It's a piece of cake for him. Whereas a person who knows nothing about maths might see the problem as a real problem which he can't solve until he starts learning maths. Once he gained the required knowledge, then the problem doesn't even look like a problem to him. Similarly, don't see your life's problem as only problem, but learn to bring up a solution for it. In our busy life, we should take time to gain knowledge at regular intervals. We all know that a sharp saw doesn't remain sharp forever. Similarly, as time passes, our knowledge becomes old, obsolete, and useless. If we don't gain knowledge at regular intervals, it will become dull. I see a lot of people wanting to jump to the destination without acquiring proper knowledge, but they end up failing, angry, and frustrated. Never fall into that category for you to achieve success. Rather, take each step by acquiring proper knowledge. If you are a knowledgeable person, then you would be visible, respected, selected, admired, and so on. Your knowledge would increase your decisive skills. People would come to you for advice. Regularly gaining knowledge will keep you updated. When others are doing things wrong, you could correct them. Knowledge becomes your adjective. You will feel superior. You should never stop gaining knowledge. One of the reasons behind success of many people is because they continuously gain knowledge and never stop it. Take the example of Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Mukesh Ambani, and many more. They continuously gain knowledge by reading books, brainstorming, situation analysis, and so on. They exactly understood the meaning of sharpen the saw and formed it a habit. Today, no matter how much money you have, someone can steal all your money from your bank account. Similarly, anybody can steal your ideas, can loot you, or can betray you. But nobody can take away your knowledge. Nobody can steal it. The moment you are left with nothing, your knowledge will help you to come back. Even if your family or friends don't help you, your knowledge will. Abraham Lincoln, the first president of the United States, said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." He knew only a sharp saw could chop down a tree easily as compared to a dull saw. Similarly, the more knowledge we have, the more sharp we will be to achieve the desire. Once you gain knowledge, make sure you implement it on your actions, because real knowledge is what reflects on your actions. The purpose of this channel is to increase your knowledge for you to become sharp, smart, and super. Therefore, do remember to subscribe to this channel. And finally, sharpen the saw means preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have, that is you. Please like the video and share it with your friends and family. Please comment and let me know your experience in gaining knowledge. Remember, you are important. Thank you.